Christian Clark, Harrison Wind here with BSN Denver following what was really a thrilling 117-111 Nuggets win over the New Orleans Pelicans. Another home win for the Nuggets. They've been outright dominant at home this season. This was a tough win, a hard-fought win. Denver trailed by 10 entering the fourth quarter. Trey Lyles took over. Will Barton, we'll get to him in the overtime, but it was really a huge win tonight for Denver.
Yeah, Denver was down pretty much the whole game. They finally got it close in the fourth quarter, and that was thanks largely to Trey Lyles. He scored 13 in the final period of regulation there. I think he went 3 for 5 from three-point land. He continued his strong play, and Denver got to overtime, and then Will Barton took over from there.
Yeah, Will Barton, who had been pretty quiet through 3 quarters and really 4 quarters as well, took over in overtime, closed this game for Denver, as we've seen him do countless times already this season. He scored 11 of Denver's 13 points in that overtime period. He took over like we've seen him do before.
Yeah, my favorite shot all night was Will Barton's last 3 there in overtime. He kind of took 2 dribbles to his right, and it almost looked like he lost the ball, and he launched one up, and it went in. And it was just another example of Will Barton's late game heroics.
It really was. He was feeling himself in the locker room, as you could probably expect. This was a hard-fought victory tonight against a Pelicans team that Denver's had trouble with in the past. Anthony Davis, DeMarcus Cousins have killed them. Mason Plumlee was huge tonight. He really got into DeMarcus Cousins. I felt like he frustrated him a little bit.
Yeah, the Nuggets really relied on Mason Plumlee because Nikola Jokic was back, but he was on a minutes restriction. And man, that was a really physical game. Plumlee and DeMarcus Cousins, it seemed like they were sumo wrestling down the stretch there. A lot of elbows, not very many whistles. Mason Plumlee was a game high plus 10. So a really good effort from him tonight.
Maybe the highlight of the night outside of Will Barton's overtime period where he really dominated and put the Nuggets on his back, Torrey Craig, who was called up from the G League this morning, Friday morning, gets the surprise start for Denver. Michael Malone puts him in their starting lineup. Then he gets subbed in for the last possession of the game to guard Drew Holiday. Holiday tries to isolate, can't get the buzzer beater to go. Craig's defense on that last shot, and he also got a piece of the ball as well, was really what helped this game go to overtime, gave Denver an extra life, and allowed them to win in the extra period.
Yeah, Torrey Craig went from rural Wisconsin to Denver today, and that block was huge. I mean, Drew Holiday was killing the Nuggets all game, and Craig played some great defense there in the last possession of regulation.
Yeah, like you mentioned, Nikola Jokic returned tonight. He looked a little rusty, I thought, at the beginning, but I thought towards the second quarter and into the second half, he started finding himself. He got a double-double tonight. What do you think of his night overall?
Yeah, it was definitely a classic Nikola Jokic. I mean, he was really efficient. He was a little slow out of the gates, but I thought he got it figured out really quickly. So you had to like what you saw from him tonight.
Definitely. Another team win, I'd say, for the Nuggets. Barton was surely big at the end, but the Nuggets get the win 117-111 tonight here at Pepsi Center over the New Orleans Pelicans. A huge win coming off that 6-game road trip, and another win here where Denver has been dominant. That's all we've got from Pepsi Center. For Christian Clark, Harrison Wind, BSN Denver.